Tēnā koutou. So this is my marketing pitch for my innovation, which is junior cadets, junior eco warrior badges. So currently at Tolaga Bay Area School, we have a class that's called Eco Warriors, and that caters for years 7 to 13. Excuse me. And in that particular class, for those age groups, students can elect to be in that particular class, which focuses around the Uawanui Sustainability Project. However, in saying that, the Uawanui Sustainability Project is a community project which is integrated into the school curriculum and has been for a few years now. So what I have created, what I've created are badges for the junior school, which is from year 1 to 6. Now, don't get me wrong. There are initiatives that are school-wide, such as planting of trees, beach cleanups. When there was the flooding in June 2018 and the slash that came down through onto the beaches, the school made an effort to go and do some cleanup down the beach. And so that is inclusive of the junior students from year 1 right up to year 13. Unfortunately, for those that are in year 1 to 6, yes, don't get me wrong, they do get recognised and acknowledged, and the thank yous, for participating. And with them comes their parents as well. So certainly it becomes a whānau project to be involved. But nothing formally. So the students that are in the Eco Warriors class from years 7 to 13, obviously those in years 11 to 13, they get NCA credits and going towards their collation of their credits throughout their senior years. So I thought, wow, if they get credits, what is it that our junior kids can get? So I looked at badges. Actually, Annie and we had a discussion with Jasmine via Zoom, and I really thought that this would be a great idea, especially to award the young students. So something similar to the Girl Guides or Girl Scouts, and how they get their badges for the various works that they do. So what I did is year 1 and 2, there's a badge for those 2 years. Then you sort of graduate when you're in year 3 and 4, and then graduate again into year 5 and 6. I think it's just a good initiative to put into these children, because all of these kids are local kids of Uawa, of Tolaga Bay, and realistically, they are our future. The Uawanui Sustainability Project itself is a 100-year plan project, which is looking at protecting our waterways and our plant life. So there's a look around, and that's taking care around like 56,000 hectares of land around Uawa. So realistically, our generation has started, and it's going to be this project's going to be continuous through at least the next, I would say, next 3, maybe 4 generations, still building up on this particular project itself. So we have a community group which is led by Alison Wadu. Alison Wadu was also the BOT or Board of Trustees chairperson at Tolaga Bay Area School. The Eco Warriors class is led by Richard Tuhaka. And then we have our junior school. So we have Alicia Armstrong, who does our year 1 and 2 students, Marsha Wilcox, who looks after our year 3 and 4 students, and at this particular time, Gary Paul taking care of our year 5 and 6 students. So again, it's just really to show appreciation by a physical emblem, if you like. Now, the emblem themselves, they're actually made out of harakeke flax. Why flax? It's because it's easily accessible. It costs nothing to source. All it does cost is your time, and to be honest, it doesn't take very long at all. So the actual badge itself, I learnt to make these things while I was at primary school myself with one of my teachers. So it starts off, and the first one sort of looks like a cross, but when we were taught it, our teacher said that's what they called the windmill. And so from the windmill, you can actually create a 4-prong star and an 8-prong star. So I thought, well, if we start with the windmill, that's your first level. Ka pai? And then there's the set of criteria as you go up into year 3 and 4. The second badge would actually be the 4-prong star. Ka pai? Then as you go up again into year 5 and 6, you then receive your 8-prong star. So it's a series, the graduation throughout your year levels at school, and it also demonstrates the individual's participation in the activities provided at school. It also includes anything that they may do outside of the project. Just simple things like they're aware of the environment, they're caring for the environment. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure every school has those moments where they do the time to pick up rubbish, but when you can actually see students going out voluntarily and coming back with hands of rubbish to make sure that our playgrounds are looking safe. Sometimes when whānau go on the beach, you might actually see them picking up rubbish down at the beach if there's rubbish. But that's the general idea of my particular input into this innovation. I certainly hope, and if I was to be truly honest, this particular innovation probably would only work here at Tolaga Bay Area School, because it's already something that's living and it's already operating in the school. And I think to make this inclusive into our junior school would be beneficial, so it makes the student feel good about themselves. And for all we know, it could actually instigate a deeper meaning for these students, for these younger students, that might actually develop a real interest in environmental studies, science, because, along with all the rubbish and tree planting, they do water testing in the waterways and whatnot, actually using equipment. Every other year we have scientists coming into our school, and the children are genuinely interested. But to actually have something physical representing their involvement with the Uawanui Sustainability Project might actually spark that little bit more to maybe see themselves right through from a junior student right up to year 13. Nā reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.